Welcome to 11th video lesson of Financial Accounting Unit 2. And in this video lesson, I'm going to discuss about subsidiary books 2. In the 10th video lesson, we already discussed about what are the different types of subsidiary books, what is the need for dividing the journal into 8 subsidiary books. And at the same time, we discussed how to prepare purchase book, purchase returns book, sales book, sales returns book. And everybody who watched that video, they are going to know how easy to write subsidiary books when compared to journal entries. In that series of subsidiary books, in this second video lesson of subsidiary books, today we are discussing about cash books. So cash book also seems to be very easy. Only thing is cash book is only T-shaped format, that is cash book and cash account are one and the same. Whereas you know very well, purchase book is different from purchase account, sales book is different from sales account, purchase returns book is different from purchase returns account, but sales returns book is different from sales returns account. In case of 4 goods journals, journal is different from ledger, but in case of cash book and cash account are one and the same. So cash book is a T-shaped format, and it is very easy to write cash book also, because the left hand side of an cash book is debit side, right hand side of an cash book is a credit side. Left hand side we are going to write all the receipts. If cash coming in, we are going to debit. If cash going out, we are going to credit. That means simply cash book debit side all receipts, cash book credit side all payments. With this backdrop, let us discuss about all the cash books, and I'm sharing the screen. Please wait. And you know very well, I'm Shyam Prasad, the Faculty of Commerce in Thara Government Degree College, Sangareddy. This is the second video lesson of subsidiary books. In this, by the end of this video lesson, you are no doubt able to prepare the single column cash book and double column cash book and triple column cash book. But last but not least, you can easily prepare petty cash book also. So you know very well subsidiary books. What is the when we are learning journal entries, no doubt it is laborious, no doubt it is going to have very good knowledge. If you have very good knowledge, only you can write in journal entries. But in subsidiary books, in the last video lesson, you know, it is very easy to write purchase book. Only thing is only credit purchase of goods are written in purchase book, and in sales book credit sale of goods are written in sales book, and purchase returns book means the goods which are returned to suppliers are recorded in purchase returns book. The goods returned by supplier customers are recorded in sales returns book. This is very easy to write in subsidiary books. That's why when the transactions are voluminous, and when there are large number of transactions, it is better to have subsidiary books. That's why the journal is divided into 8 subsidiary books. Already we completed discussion of four good journals, and today we are going to discuss about cash book. All cash transactions are recorded in the cash book. All cash transactions, whatever it may be goods transactions, it may be assets transactions, it may be payment transactions, it may be income transactions. If the cash inflow or outflow is there, cash inflow or outflow is there, that are cash transactions. When there is cash coming in or cash going out, that are recorded in the cash book. Cash book has got a very unique feature apart from all other subsidiary books. Cash book is both journal as well as a ledger. That means cash book and cash account are one and the same. So in case of already, you know, yesterday we in the last video lesson we prepared purchase book. The purchase book total is transferred to purchase account debit side. That means purchase book is different from purchase account. Like that, the sales book total is transferred to sales account credit side. That means sales book is different from sales account. But here, in case of cash book and cash account are on in the same. That too, cash book is having a ledger format, that is T-shaped format. Left hand side of cash book is called debit side. Right hand side of cash book is called credit side. Left hand way to record all the cash receipts, cash coming in, way to record left hand side, that is debit side. If cash payment is there, that is recorded in the credit side. So in real time uh, analysis, there are 4 types of cash books: single column cash book, only with cash column; double column cash book, that is cash column as well as discount column; triple column cash book, not only cash column but also bank column and discount column. And so cash column, bank column, discount column, triple column cash book, and last, that is petty cash book for very small expenses that cashier is going to record petty cash. Let us start the first one, that is single column cash book. Directly I'm explaining the single column cash book by an example, a small example I have taken. Prepare single column cash book from the following transactions. 1/4/2014, Suresh started business with rupees 1 lakh. On second, cash received from Lakshmi 10,000. On second, another entry, cash paid to Ravi 9,000. On third, cash deposit in State Bank of India 10,000. On fourth, cash withdrawn from bank 5,000. On sixth, goods sold to Ramesh 10,000. On seventh, cash received from Ramesh 6. These are the transactions where to record the transaction single column cash. The answer is in front of you. First transaction. So Suresh started business with 1 lakh. This is peculiar transaction. Already we discussed it in our video lesson 6. So when Suresh started business, cash coming into business because of the concept, very well, that is business entity concept. So by business entity concept, the business is separate from Suresh. Suresh starting business whenever, so Suresh is different from the business. That's why Suresh investing 1 lakh means Suresh giving 1 lakh to the business. So 1 lakh coming to the business and is given by the Suresh, that is cash account to capital account. So cash coming in. So whenever Suresh starts business, he is giving 1 lakh to the business, 1 lakh coming to business. So receipts are debit side. So why to write who given this 1 lakh? This is given by the capital, means Suresh given. Capital account refers to owner account. So Suresh capital account 1 lakh. This is debit side. This is debit side. Cash coming debit side. Cash received from Lakshmi. So cash coming in. So cash coming in means debit side 10,000. Second, debit side 10,000. Who given the cash? Lakshmi account. Cash paid to Ravi. This is, so we paid cash today. This is payment. So credit side 9,000 by Ravi, 9,000 on a second. Cash deposited. We deposited cash 10,000 in State Bank of India. Cash is going out. So credit side of single column cash book 10,000. SBI account 10,000. Cash withdrawn from bank 5,000. On fourth, we withdrawn the cash from bank. So 5,000 coming into business. So debit side 5,000 coming into business, debit side. Goods sold to Ramesh 10,000. This is credit transaction. Whenever there is a personal account appearing in a transaction, that deemed to be credit transaction. So the entry is Ramesh account to sales account, does not appear in cash book. This goes to sales book. So 6 transaction does not come here. This is ignored. Cash received from Ramesh. We received cash from Ramesh. The cash is coming in 6,000. So in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 transactions are there. In the 7 transactions, 1 transaction is ignored because great transaction. In the remaining 6 transactions, 4 are receipts, 4 are cash coming in, 2 are cash going out. What are the cash coming in? Suresh started business means he is giving 1 lakh to business. This is debit side. Cash received from Lakshmi means 10,000 coming into business. This is debit side. Receipt side. Next, cash paid to Ravi means this is payment side, credit side. Cash deposit in SBI means cash is going out. This is also credit side. So third, fourth transaction, cash is going out. Cash deposit in SBI, cash going out credit side. Cash paid to Ravi, cash going out. So cash going out two times. That is, we paid cash to Ravi, we paid cash to SBI. So 9,000 credit side, 10,000 credit side. These two transactions are cash payments. And Suresh started business means 1 lakh coming in receipt side. Cash received from Lakshmi means 10,000 coming in receipt side. Cash withdrawn from bank means cash coming in 5,000. Cash coming in 5,000 receipt side. Cash received from Ramesh means 6,000 cash coming in. So these four transactions cash coming in debit side. These two transactions cash going out credit side. Total 6 transactions are entered in single column cash book. You know very well the single column cash book format is ledger format. That is date. This is particulars are receipts, ledger folio, amount. The credit side also same date, payment, ledger folio, and so the cash book format is T-shaped. Debit side is receipt side, credit side is payment side, credit side is payment side. So receipt side, 4 receipts are there. You have to understand 4 no journal entry is required. Simply 4 receipts are there. We received cash from Suresh Capital. We received cash from Lakshmi. We received cash from bank. We received cash from Ramesh. 4 transactions debit side. We paid to Ravi 9,000. We paid into SBI Bank 10,000 to outside. So this is very easy to understand. 4 transactions receipts, 2 transactions payments. Now we have to balance the account. We have to balance the cash. Very simple. First total debit side 1 lakh, 1 lakh 10,000, 1 lakh 15,000, 1 lakh 21,000 is the debit side of cash book. And credit side only 2 transactions 10,000, 9,000. Credit side is 19,000. So first you know very well in balancing the account, first decide which is more, that is debit side is more, this is taken to outside, this is taken to credit side 1,21,000. 1,21,000 minus 19,000. I shown here also roughly 1,21,000 minus 19,000. 1,02,000 is balance. All the balances from ledger also I am showing in green color. In green color to understand, because this 1,02,000, 1,21,000 does not come from problem. This is only we worked out. So 1,21,000 minus 19,000, 1,02,000 is the balance carried down. So usually every account is balanced. The ledger accounts are balanced on at the end of that month, that is April 31st, last day, that is 1,02,000. That is taken to opposite side on 1st May 2014 to balance brought down 1,02,000. 1,02,000. This is simply a single column cash book. It's very easy. What we did, 4 receipts are debited with their names and date. 2 payments are credited with their names and date. Then debit minus credit 1,02,000 is the balance. This balance carried down balance done on the last day of the month, brought down of the balance. So next month first. So the balance is 1,02,000, 1,02,000. This is about single column cash book. Now double column cash book. So the same problem I have taken, but added some discount columns. What is the difference between single column cash book and double column cash book? Only thing is the discount column is added a debit side one discount column and credit side one discount column. Remaining all same. In double column cash book, debit side one discount column, that is discount received column, credit side one discount column, that is discount allowed column. Apart from that, the total apart from that, the problem is same. So the receipts are debited, the 4 receipts are debited and 2 payments are credited. 4 receipts are debited, 4 payments are credited. Simple. Cash book is very simple. Debit what comes in, cash coming in, debit, cash coming in shown with this one, cash going out shown with this one. This is cash going out, This is cash coming in. Cash coming in debit, cash going out credit. The same problem I have taken, but I added some discount columns. So this means double column cash flow. Suresh started business with 1 lakh, and first means cash coming in, so 1 lakh is debited. Cash received from Lakshmi means we received cash 10,000. The Lakshmi account is debited. This is cash account is debited. Cash paid to Ravi 9,000. Cash paid to Ravi 9,000. This is payment side. This is payment side. When cash paid, he allowed discount of 100. Discount allowed. Usually, the discount account follows cash account. When we are payment made to Ravi, this is credited. Obviously, discount given by Ravi also credited, because discount given by Ravi is the discount received to us. Discount received is credit, so this is credited. This is credited. So cash paid to Ravi, and we received discount. We received a discount. Small error crept in, that is I'm making it. So this is so discount allowed is debit side. Discount allowed is debit side of double column cash book. Discount received is credit side of the double column cash book. Double column cash book only one addition column, that is a discount column, both sides of the single column cash book. It will become double column cash book. So we paid amount to Ravi, so 9,000, and we received 100 rupees discount. So simply you remember here, it is general enter. Wherever cash account is there, no doubt the discount also follows. Here cash account is created, discount also created. So we paid 9,000 to Ravi, discount received is 100. And the cash deposit in SBI, that means we paid cash to SBI. We sent to bank 10,000. So cash payment 10,000 is SBI account. 10,000 is SBI account. Cash withdrawn from bank. So cash is coming in from bank. 5,000 is debited. 5,000 is debited. Goods sold to Ramesh. This is credit transaction. This will not appear in the cash book. This appear in the sales book. And cash received from Ramesh, that is receipt, 6,000 is coming in. We allowed him discount to 200. We allowed him discount 200. We allowed him discount 200. So discount allowed is a debit. Discount allowed is a debit here. Discount column, and discount received is a credit here. Discount column. So simple. You have to remember. Once again, in double column cash book only, also same thing. That is, all receipts are debited. All payments are credited. What are the receipts? That is, one, cash received from Suresh as capital, one receipt. Cash received from Lakshmi, second receipt. Cash withdrawn from bank, third receipt. Cash received from Ramesh, another receipt. Four receipts. What are the two payments? That is, cash paid to Ravi 9,000, one payment. Cash deposited into SBI 10,000, two. That is two payments. Discount, whenever cash paid to Ravi, we paid Ravi, and he allowed discount, means we received 100 rupees discount in discount received column. And we received cash from Ramesh, and discount allowed to him is 200. This is expenditure. This is here. So how to balance double column? Cash column is balanced as usual. What we did in single column cash book, same. First add all these four, 1,21,000 debit side. Add these two, 19,000 credit side. The balance is 1,02,000. I showed balance in green color, 1,02,000 balance. Balance is done on last day of the month, that is 1,02,000 on 31/4/2014. That is brought forward to next month first day, that is May 1st, 1,02,000 May 1st, 1,02,000 May 1st. And in case of discount column, that to be added 200, 200. Need not balance discount column, simply add total of discount allowed column, total of discount received column. The discount allowed column 200 goes to discount allowed account debit side 200. Discount received account 100 rupees goes to discount received account credit side 100 rupees. This 100 goes to discount received account credit side of the discount received 100 rupees. This is discount allowed account 200, debit side of the debit side of the discount allowed account. This is about double column cash book. Very easy. Receipts are debit, payments are credits. Whenever we pay cash, we receive discount. They are going to shown opposite to each other. That's about double column cash book. Next, come to triple column cash book. Usually students confuse triple column cash book. So because of contra entries. Contra entries. The triple column cash book, another column is added both sides, that is bank column is added. Bank column is added here. Debit side one bank column is added. Credit side one bank column is added. Triple column cash book. So one column is cash column, one column is bank column, another column is discount column. Discount column, discount column. So cash column, bank column, discount column. Some error is kept in, so I'm discount allowed column, debit side, discount received column, credit side. So what is triple column cash book? There are three columns. This is also called three column cash book. So one is discount column, one is discount column, one is bank column, one is cash column. One discount column, two bank column, three cash. That's why it's called triple column cash book. Triple column cash book. The three columns will appear in the both sides of the debit side of the triple column cash book and credit side of the triple column cash book. The unique feature of triple column cash book is contra entry. Got to know very well here. Yeah, shown the entry which is appearing in both side of triple column cash book is called contra entry. The entry which is appearing in the both sides of the triple column cash book is called contra entry. So there are three cases come across regarding contra entry. One is when cash sent to bank. When cash sent to bank, that is contra entry. When cash withdrawn from bank, that is contra entry. Third one, cash that is check deposited on one date and check sent to bank another date. This is also third one. When cash deposited, the contra entry, the cash deposited, the contra entry is bank account to cash account. Why it is contra entry? This is combination of bank account, cash account. It will appear both sides when we deposited cash in bank. So bank account is affected, cash account is affected. But triple column cash book is combination of bank account, cash. That means bank account is here and cash account is here. So this entry is going to appear in the both sides of the triple column cash book. That's why this is contra entry. And cash withdrawn from bank, So cash received from cash is coming in from bank. So cash account is debited, bank account. This is combination of cash account, bank account. So if we debit cash account, we have to create bank account. So this is also appearing both sides of the triple column cash book. And the third one is The third contra entry is check received on one date and check sent to bank on some other date. So on the date of check received, we deem to assume that the cash received. On the date of sending the check to bank, we assume that cash is sent to bank. Once again, bank account to cash account bank. So the three contra entries are there. One is when cash deposit in bank, one contra entry, cash withdrawn from bank, second contra entry, third contra entry the same, that is check received on one date and check sent to bank on some other date. This is also contra entry. The same problem I have taken and I worked out the problem. You see here, Suresh started a business with 1 lakh, that is cash coming in, 1 lakh is debited, 1 lakh is debited in cash column, 1 lakh is debited in cash column. This is receipt, cash coming in, 1 lakh is debited in cash column. Check received from Lakshmi means this is the receipt, but the receipt is directly in bank. Nothing is mentioned about this check means the check, and so check received from Lakshmi means we have to see what happened to this Lakshmi check. So nothing is mentioned in the problem. That means Lakshmi check sent to bank on the same date. That's why the 10,000 entered in the bank column. The 10,000 entered in the bank column and shown in Lakshmi account. Shown in Lakshmi account. So cash received 1 lakh, debit side capital account. Check received from Lakshmi, debit side bank account. Debit side bank account. Cash paid to Ravi. Cash is going out. So by Ravi 9,000 cash is going out, and at the same time we received 100 rupees discount. We received 100 rupees discount also, discount column. Already we discussed it in this 2-column cash book. Cash deposit bank. This is contra entry. Cash deposit in bank, this is contra entry. The entry is cash is going out, cash account is created, and cash received by banker. So bank account, the receiver is banker, bank account it are to cash. First you write two cash here, two cash, you write two cash, and you write C, that means contra entry. When you write two cash, that amount is entered opposite side, that is bank account. When you write two cash, that is entered in bank column. You write two cash means that is entered in bank column, entered in the bank column. So to cash bank column. Put C means contra entry. C means contra entry. Next, if you write to cash, you have to write by bank here opposite side. By bank. By bank you entered in opposite of bank means cash column. Opposite of that means so cash going out. Cash going out means cash created. Cash received by banker. Cash received by banker. So cash received by banker, here bank account is debited. Cash received by banker, bank account is debited. Cash going out, cash account is created. This is contra entry. This is contra entry. And third contra entry. So that it should be shown by C. Shown by C. Next, goods sold to Ramesh does not appear in cash book. You know very well that is credit transaction. Credit transactions are recorded in sales book. Goods sold to Ramesh means credit sales. Cash withdrawn from bank. Cash is coming in. Cash account debtor to bank account. So you write two bank here. We write two bank. You write C. Then you write a bank here. You put the amount in opposite side. Bank opposite means cash. So we put the amount in cash side. We put the amount in cash side. So that means cash coming in 5,000 cash coming in debit side, and here you write by cash. You write by cash. Right? Put C cash. Cash opposite you put in bank. Put in bank. So cash coming in, hard cash is coming in, and cash going out of the bank here. Going out of the bank here. Cash received from Ramesh 6,000. Cash coming in, cash is debited, and the discount allowed to me is 200. Already we discussed. This is about triple column cash book recording. So what are the contra entries? Cash deposit in bank and cash withdrawn from bank. There's a two contra entries in this problem. Now we have to balance. To balance, first we have to balance the cash. We have to balance cash account. Cash account. Add total cash column 1 lakh, 1 lakh 5,000, 1 lakh 11,000, 1 lakh 11,000. So 1, 2, 3 items are there. 1,11,000, 1,11,000 here. Credit side cash column 19,000 is there. So 1,11,000 minus 19,000, 92,000 cash balance. 92,000 cash balance. 92,000 cash balance. Total debit side of cash column 1,11,000 minus credit side of cash column 19,000, 92,000 is the balance. Let's come to bank column. Total debit side of bank column is 10,000, 10,000, 20,000 debit side of bank column. And what is credit side? Only 5,000. Only 5,000. 20,000 minus 5,000. 15,000 is the bank balance. 50,000 is the bank balance. So 1,11,000 is more. This is taken opposite side. 20,000 is more. This is taken to outside. 20,000 minus 5,000, 15,000. 1,11,000 minus 19,000, 92,000. Both are balanced on last day of the month. Last day of the month, that is 31st April. 31st April. So 15,000 bank balance, 92,000 cash balance. This is carried brought forward to next month first date, that is 1st May. 15,000 bank balance is there, 192,000 cash balance there. Regarding discount allowed account, 200 is totaled, and this is transferred to discount allowed account to debit side 200. Discount received account 100 rupees total. This is transferred to discount received account credit side. This is about the triple column cash book. Triple column cash book. Students, I think I explained twice the contra entry which is appearing in the both sides of the contra. The entry which is appearing in the both side of triple column cash book is called contra entry. One is a cash deposit in bank. So how did we read? To cash 10,000 and cash opposite in bank. Next, buy bank. Bank opposite cash 10,000. Cash withdrawn from bank means cash coming in. So here two bank is there, 5,000. Two bank, 5,000 in cash column. Two bank means opposite cash column. And buy cash opposite bank 5,000. Put C here. See, two contra entries are appearing in this problem. So this is about after this you have to balance cash column once. Rough work is here. Bank column once rough work is here. No need to balance the discount account. Add all total discounts account and transfer to their respective accounts. Last we discuss about petty cash book. So usually there may be petty expenses in every organization regarding tea, coffee, postage, stationery, carriage, conveyance, like that. There are 10 rupees, 20 rupees items, very small item, that is petty expenses are there. These petty expenses need not be recorded in cash books. If you write all these 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 40 rupees in cash book will become voluminous, and preparing cash book also laborious. That's why there is a separate petty cash book is prepared. Usually the head cashier is going to give 1,000 or 2,000 to the assistant cashier, who is called Sharabu. This assistant cashier is going to look after the small and petty payments like stationery, postage, wages, carriage, bandikuli, conveyance, like that. So the that petty cashier, sometimes he is also called assistant. Not only that, the petty cashier has to prepare the analytical petty cash book. How he expended the 1,000 rupees given. And there are two types of analytical petty cash book. One is impress system, one is a non-impress system. In impress system, usually the balance 1,000 is given to the petty cashier. After 1 month is over, he may expend, for example, 400, and the balance will be with him is 600. So the head cashier is going to reimburse the total expenses 400, so that the balance at the beginning of the month will become 1,000 every month. This is called impress system. In impress system, the head cashier is going to reimburse total expenses of that previous month, so that the available balance will be 1,000 every month. That is petty cash book. Preparation of petty cash book seems to be complex, but it's very easy. Seems to complex, very easy. But don't see total analytical petty cash book only once. If you see once it is seems to be somewhat complex, but it's very easy. Simply first you see this portion of portion, that is cash received, date, particulars, voucher number, amount. This portion is important. This portion is only for analysis only. Analysis payments, you need not worry about this. Simply you see. So first on 1/4/2014 received petty cash payment 1000 from the head cashier, that is this is debit side. So 1000 received, balance 1000. How this balance is used on a second, paid for postage 80, and on second paid for stationery 50, on second paid for advertisement 100. This is payments, and this is payments at credit side. On third, paid for ages 100, same paid for carriage 30, paid for conveyance 20, paid for postage 20. This simply is in. So these are, you record only payments here. Add all the payments 400 rupees. Add all the payments 400 rupees according to their respective dates. Add all the payments 400 rupees, and the balance is at the beginning of the month is 1000 minus 400, 600 is the balance at the end of the month. Balance at the end of the month, the head cashier is going to reimburse that 400, so that the balance at the beginning will become 1000 in the hands of petty cashier. So simple, very simple. Preparing petty cash book, add all the payments 400 here, all payments 400 here. 400 minus cash received 100, cash 100, the cash received is 1000, balance minus 400, 600 is the balance, 600 is the balance. So yeah, it cashier is going, an impress system, the head cashier is going to reimburse 400, and the total balance at the beginning of the month will become 1000. That's why it's called impress system of head cashier. These are analysis of payments. So after this is the receipt 1000, these are the payments 400. So analysis, postage one column, stationery one column, advertisement one column, wages one column, carriage one column, conveyance one column. If we add all this analysis also, it will become 100, 150, 250, 350, 380, 400. If we add this side also 400. If we add this side also 400. So 1000 minus 600 is the balance. So petty cash book seems to be somewhat critical, but simple is add all payments 400, of payments all 400, available balance is 1000 minus 400, 600. That's all. This 400 one payment is shown, analysis set. This is input system of petty cash book. This is about preparation of cash books. Why I'm saying the subsidiary books preparation is very easy, you know very well. In the 10th video lesson, we prepared cash sales book, purchase book, sales returns book, and purchase returns book. Very easy to prepare all the books. And you, in this video lesson, you come across how to prepare single column cash book, double column cash book, triple column cash book, and petty cash book. Only the important point you have to remember is cash book is having debit side, credit side. Debit side all the receipts, credit side all the payments. If you remember this only one thing, it is very easy to prepare cash book. So that's all from today's video lesson. Thank you all. So I am stopping.